So here are these cute pieces that I top stitched, and they are ready to be painted. They look so cute after I top stitch them, but I have to paint the back sides of them. So that would be the next step for me. So here is the Mary figure, and I have to paint those arms. And then I also have to paint the edge all the way around because you can see the white a little bit. So I just carefully paint around that edge. But once I finish painting the edge and the backs of the arms, I also have to paint the front. Now, you're probably wondering, why in the world does she have these printed and then paints over them? Well, it definitely helps, first of all, to know where to put the paint, but also it's just easier to paint it when it has the color in it already. So now I'm going to do the front. This is dry now, and I'm going to paint the front side of this. I love the look of these metallics, and when I put the creche together, it just looks extra beautiful with the metallic paints. And of course I'm using my beautiful fabric paints, either the Seta color ones or Lumiere. And now I'm painting that front center part also with the metallic paints, and I just like to add the paints on. I don't know if I've ever tried actually making these without painting them. They just look so much better with a paint, so that's why I do it. And here she is. She's all done. Well, sort of. There's so much detail on these pieces that it's just really unbelievable. But I also add, just to give it some dimension, this is a lighter kind of a iridescent paint that's bluish, and it just gives it a little extra dimension. So I'm sort of modeling is probably the word I could use for that. And that just looks so pretty once it's done. So she still has a little bit of work that I need to do on her. So I use the dimensional fabric paints, and I'm going to glue some rhinestones that are super tiny. I have them there in the tray, and so I put the dimensional paint on and stick them to my finger and then stick them on to the crown, and here they are. They look so pretty. They're Austrian crystals, actually. So those need to dry totally thoroughly, and I use this tulip dimensional paint to do some of the detailing on her. I just love using this paint, even though I wouldn't really use this for anything else, but it's perfect for putting this detail on her, and I love the way it dries. The only thing that I have to be really careful about is smudging it, so I just try to be really, really careful so that I don't touch a spot that already has paint on it, and then I let it totally dry. After I do this outlining, I like to put little dots also for the stars, and I just love doing this and putting this on. I don't know why, I just love it. So once that dries, I also put the dots on the back side of the arm once I glue the arms together, which you'll see later on in the video. So I'm just finishing up my dots here. And then she's got to totally dry. And then I'm going to work on her partner, Joseph, will be next. So I'm also going to add a little detail on the crown as well. And there she is. Looks so good. Yeah. So here's the Joseph. And I have to do the exact same thing on him. Paint the backs of the arms and also the sides. The sides have to be painted because they do show a little bit if I don't. So, and I don't want to take the chance of it looking sloppy. So, same with him. He needs to be painted on the front as well. And the only tricky part is this part going around the face. And so here I'm finishing painting him, also with the beautiful metallics. I have so many beautiful colors. And I want to do that same modeling on his arms as well. Now, when I glue these together, they will have their arms in a praying position. And I actually sew them together first, and then I glue them. It just makes it a little easier. And here they are. Don't they look so great? I get pretty excited once I'm at this stage because it feels like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. It just takes so long to put these together, but I love them. So these are the three kings, and I do the exact same thing with them as I did with the Mary and Joseph. I paint the sides and the back of the arms, and then I also paint the fronts. Again, here I'm using the Seta color paints that are so beautiful. They just have a beautiful metallic sheen to them. Now, these guys have little presents that I made, and those little presents are going to be glued to their fronts, and their arms are going to be holding them. So I'm just doing this modeling again on them, and I'm also going to use my beautiful metallic gold pen on the crowns. So here are the little presents they're going to be holding. So frankincense and myrrh, and I think there's one other one, but anyway, those are going to have to be glued, and this star is going to get used on the diorama. So here they are. They're all finished. Aren't they so cute? All right, the light is definitely at the end of the tunnel. I'm getting there. I'm making 3 of these, so that's why I have 3 sets of certain things you can see. So this is the baby Jesus, and I'm also painting him with my gold pen, doing the edges first. Now this is something I discovered just recently, that I could use this metallic pen on fabric, and I'm so excited because I had a certain metallic gold oil stick that I liked using, and they don't make it anymore. So here he is. He is ready. Now the angels, they are so cute. I'm going to paint them the exact same way, all the way around. And then I decided when I painted these, now in my other dioramas that I've made in previous years, I actually did not paint the angels gold. I left them as they are right now. But because this pen works so well and it's kind of easy to color, I did end up coloring all of them gold. And the only part I didn't color is the arms, because I want them to really stand out. So this pen works great on the fabric, which I was really surprised by, actually. So there they are. They're so cute. I love them. They make a nice little addition on my diorama. What can I say? There's so many parts. It takes forever to finish them. Here they are with their wings. Aren't they adorable? So I use that wire, floral wire, and I glittered it, and that's what I use for those wings. Now, this is fabric covered floral wire as well. And I'm making the hooks for the shepherds. These are the shepherds. So I make these hooks and then I paint them black. I like making these a lot. I love the shepherd. He's so cute. And here they are painted black. And they get attached like this. And then he's going to have a little sheep that is going to be standing next to him too. Now I like to tie a tie around their waist as well. And I'm just using some of my waxed linen thread for that. And I love the way this looks. So he probably is the least amount of work because I don't have to paint him because he's white. So that's going to get attached. Now this is the trough or whatever you want to call it that the baby is going to be on. And I'm going to do a little painting on that. I'm not going to paint the entire thing, but I'm going to definitely paint the edges, and then I'm going to do a little bit of brush strokes on the rest of it just to make it have a sheen to it. And there it is. It's all finished. It looks great. And then here is how I put it together. I have that would be the straw, and then I glue this all together and it looks super cute. So that is finished. And then here's the sheep. Now I have never used the googly eyes on the sheep, but I decided I would use them on the sheep this time. They're a perfect size. They're so small. So there, that the face is adorable. Now I cover the body with yarn, and I'm using this boucle yarn, and I'm going to glue that on. And here they are. Aren't they so cute? This is one of my favorite parts of the creche. I just love them. And stay tuned next week. I'll show you the diorama, and here are all my pieces. Thanks for watching. See you next time.